Comedy Jonah. Hello.
There's a bug in my face.
There's a bug in my face. It's like I'm a chimp. What? What's the matter? What's happening? What'd you lose? You lost photo? You lost video? What's happening? You look like Grandpa is trying to use the computer.
I'm good now. I had the show on another browser and I had to mute it.
Okay. Can I just tell you something really quickly?
Sure.
Are you, I don't know if you're a poor or not. I know I'm the poor and you're not a poor. So what's happening? Oh my God, Eric, you have a show to do.
Grandpa, mute your phone.
Hey Siri, cancel all fucking alarms.
You cuss
I've turned
Siri?
off all your alarms.
I swear to God, if I don't curse at, like, I can be like, hey, Alexa, or hey, Siri, can you do this or that? They're like, I don't know. I don't understand. I literally have to say fucking to get them to do it. I'm not even kidding. Like, I want to make a video of it because people don't believe me. Like, they literally don't answer unless I put the word fucking. Anyway, do you have HBO Max?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Do you have fucking HBO Max?
Shut the fuck up. Okay, we'll try again. I'm gonna need you to watch the show Chimp Crazy.
I can't.
Why?
I disagree with every single thing. It's like that Tiger one. I can't. It's that woman is insane. I saw the trailers.
All I could think when I was watching this show is, I want to talk about this show with Comedy Jonah so bad.
Should we do a show on it?
But you gotta watch it. I mean, there's only 4 episodes.
I'll watch it if we want to do. If you want to do one big show.
Yes. So let me put it to you this way: 2 episodes are out right now. We watched it in our Discord with everyone. So not tomorrow is the 3rd episode, and then the following week is the last episode. So maybe I'll tell. Here's what we'll do. I'll tell you when the last episode's out.
Okay.
Then you can binge watch all 4 if you'd like.
And I'll take notes like I do here.
And then I think we should do a show on it. It is, I mean, yes, I just don't want to say anything. I don't want to ruin it.
It's sad. It's just so sad.
Sad is not the word I mean, sure. I don't want to ruin anything. I feel like if you go into it and you don't know anything, it's so much better than telling you about it and going into it. Because I knew nothing, and it's like a roller coaster ride. Here's how I'm gonna tie it into Big Brother. A, we watched it in our Discord last night with people. But B, do you remember when they did Chimp House? It was Big Brother with chimps. Did you ever watch that?
Mm-mm.
It is on YouTube. And I guess I feel differently about it now after watching Chimp Crazy. But if you go back and look at it, it's literally Big Brother, exact same thing, but filmed with chimps. And it was called The Big Chimp. It was on like Animal Planet. It was so funny back in the day. Anyway, here's what I want to say, Comedy Jonah. People could have watched that with us last night if they joined our Discord. It's totally free. Not only do we watch reality shows like Chimp Crazy, and we watched the finale of Claim to Fame last night in our Discord, we also watched the East Coast airings of Big Brother. We watched the live feeds in there 20%. Everything is happening in the Discord.
So much.
You can see I had somebody message me yesterday, Quinn, and she was like, are you and Comedy Jonah doing your show still? Yes, they're on YouTube. So you can see all of our shows, current shows on YouTube, and you can see our past shows on... Are
you guys still friends? Are you still friends?
I'm best friends with Quinn. What do you mean?
No, I meant me and you.
Oh, are me and you still? Yes. You can visit our website for all the current shows. You can tweet us your questions with hashtag #WireOurLive. And of course, the most important thing, look, I did it backwards today. It's very hard for my dyslexia. The best thing you can do is follow, like, and subscribe. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. You guys doing all that, sharing it, telling a friend, telling a family member. It really is the best way to help support our shows. Tell everyone.
Tell everyone. Including Gwen. Tell Gwen.
Tell Gwen. Yes, someone tell Gwen that this show is live right now.
Hello, Gwen. They're on right now.
Should have sent her a personal invite. So what a devastating week for Big Brother. I don't care if you don't like him or like him. And let me tell you, there are a lot of people that don't like him. I didn't realize
Really?
I just like posted out tweets like during the episode, like, oh, this
Right.
is so sad. This is whatever.
Yeah.
I have the children coming at me being like, cry, gay guy, but not with saying gay guy, the F word. And like, what a loser. He's the worst. He sucks. And I'm just like, okay. This is a TV show.
Like Tucker said, it's just a game.
Calm down, children. I asked one lady today if she took her medicine. She was like, she messaged me like 5 times, like, go puke, you little loser gay. And I'm like,
Go eat a dick. Like, wow.
I wish. Do you have one for me?
Wow.
Is it a good-looking dick? What does the dick look like? All
Just
dicks
all
are
that hate behind their keyboard.
There's a lot of hate happening.
Not all
this
dicks
season.
are, though. No, not all.
No, I don't like penises at all, if I'm being honest. It's my least favorite body part.
Oh, there was a few I really like.
Oh, well. Anyway, back to Big Brother. What a sad week. What a week.
So sad, but you know what? Game-wise, that's what you had to do if you wanted any chance.
I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to jump right to the end of the week, but I mean, did he throw that AI comp?
I don't think he threw it. You could see he was just spiritually defeated, right? Like after Angela getting on the block, I have one favor. I gave you $5,000. I'm wearing this stupid costume. I'm doing these stupid activities all week. As far as the BB encyclopedia, whatever the hell it's called. And all I'm asking is this: like, I even nominated, like, as a pawn. Like, can you do me one solid? And she couldn't. And I think spiritually he was just defeated. Like, he had the puzzle pieces backwards. Like, that's just not Tucker. Like, I just think his head wasn't in the game. He was done.
Well, he's dyslexic and has ADHD, just like me.
But you can't do comps like him. But I think his spirit was out of the game.
So you're saying he didn't throw it, but you just think his head wasn't right, so that's what messed him up.
Well, it's like when he was sitting outside and he's just like, I'm by myself. Or he had those conversations with Rubina, like, I don't know what's real anymore. And then she's just like, but I'm real. What he was referring to, I feel, as a casual viewer,
right,
is if he was going to win, he was by himself. There was no one to trust. And I think it kind of crushed his soul a little bit because he seems like a really nice guy on top of being very, very attractive.
I mean, he is maintaining that he did not throw it at all. I don't believe he threw it. That he thought he needed to look the whole time like, you're doing it backwards. You're doing it backwards. What's going on? Why are you doing it backwards? He says he thought that he had to have the numbers face backwards so he could see it when he was going through the number section. Here's what I want to know, and this is going to be one of the questions I ask him. And reminder, if anyone has any questions they want me to ask Tucker, tweet me them, put them in our Discord. There's a section for it in the Discord. I wonder, so he's looking at Mackenzie, right? Her puzzle is completed. She stood there looking at it for a minute. Was there any rule that said he had to complete his puzzle? They all had the same number. Why didn't he just see Mackenzie's number, go run for the number faster than her, and bring it back and win?
Because he had to complete the puzzle in order to get the number to put it in and then press the buzzer.
But they didn't say you had to complete the puzzle.
That you had to complete the puzzle.
Okay, well that's what I
wanted.
And
were their numbers the same? Or
the numbers were they were the same.
Okay, I wasn't sure about that, but I saw Mackenzie pause because she just wanted to make sure she had the right number. But yeah,
I mean, if it was me, I would have ran when I saw her number and just went for it. Or I
But
would have just.
her numbers were not facing him, so he would have had to walk around to see her numbers.
No, her numbers were facing him. That's
It
why
was
he.
her, him, Angela.
Yeah, I
He was
promise
facing
you.
he was facing his, but his numbers he was doing it backwards.
Oh, Debbie Dawn
Angela
is saying Julie said he had to complete the puzzle first.
had to complete the puzzle, but also Mackenzie's she was on the side of, she was a little ahead of him. He would have had to walk over to look at her numbers.
Okay, walk over.
But he had to complete the puzzle.
I know, he had to complete the puzzle.
And then Angela, oh, I did so good. No, you didn't. No, you didn't,
Angela.
No, you didn't. They were all uneven. Like it was, you didn't.
Which is why any smart person is going to drag you to the end of this game, just like they drag Sari and Felicia to the end of the game.
Well, her speech, I'm going to keep loving you guys. I'm going to keep supporting. I'm going to be mama in the house. Let me live my dream. Let me live my dream. Let me do it.
Please.
We're getting rid of Tucker because he's a huge threat. Like she didn't have to say anything. But the fact that she does it, it's like I think I've said before on the show, it's like that one person on your socials that posts this positive spiritual meme and they're a toxic person. Angela, you're the last person anyone's going to go in the house with for comfort. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
She's just paranoid crazy, but it's fun to watch though. It's fun to hear.
I mean, I have to say, those speeches, I was super annoyed at Tucker. Like, for him just to be, I mean, I did feel a little bit of that defeat you were talking about, because...
You could hear it in his speech.
I don't understand why he didn't do this and just say, why would you want Angela in this house? She blows up every alliance she's been in. She is not trustworthy. She causes chaos. She calls people out. There is zero reason to keep her in this house. Like, he should have said, Cam, I am a target before you. I am going to go up. They all think next week is double eviction. I would have been like, next week is double eviction. You know that I am guaranteed in one of those seats, keeping you off it. You do not need to send me home right now. If you want to send me home, you could send me home literally next week and pretty much guarantee your safety.
Yeah. I mean, true. But I just think at that point, and we saw Cam voted, against him, and everybody was crying and stuff. His spirit was crushed. It was just like, you know what? I have this friends alliance, and they're not going to keep me. I'm by myself. I think he was it just kind of broke his spirit, his game spirit, and you could hear it. And you could see it in the comp. You could hear it in his speech. Those people owed him something. But at the end of the day, it's a game. And if we keep him, he's gonna win. He's gonna get his spirit back, and then he's gonna win everything. And then when he wins, all the fans and all of us are gonna be like, "Why didn't you get rid of him when you had the chance?"
I think it was a great move for the house. I mean, I said all along, I can't believe that. I said all along, if he's on that block, they're stupid if they don't take him out. I don't want it to happen, but they're stupid if they don't do it.
Absolutely.
I just wish he would have went out fighting a little bit harder than he did. And I mean...
I think he was done.
Well, for what you saw on the show thinking he was done was a million times worse on the live feeds. I mean, it went on for an entire day of him,
Well, I heard like he was going to self-evict and all of that stuff, right?
He was going to self-evict. He was going to throw the AI comp. All of it. All of it.
Makes total sense. Spirit was broken.
Didn't like that. I don't like to hear anyone be like, I'm quitting, I'm leaving if I go to jury. Yeah, I mean, those are not great.
I would have loved him to go to jury.
Well, like I said, the fact that he's not in jury and people like Leah are still in that house.
Well, why? That makes total sense to me why Leah's in the house.
No, not that it doesn't make sense. I understand why she's in the house. I'm just saying it's disappointing that somebody that was so impactful to the game as Tucker is not going to have a say in who wins, and Leah is going to
Right.
have a say in who
Oh,
wins the game.
absolutely,
That that's
absolutely.
that's what I'm
I mean,
saying.
when you hear comments like when he was doing the AI instigator and Leah was just like, "What's the Pentagon?" Like, it's just
Oh God.
even in the game, like, what's going on? You are so removed. Like every time we see her, she's doing her eyelashes. Like, oh my God, circulate.
Yeah, I can't.
I think if there was an older guy with a dad bod like mine, her and I would have had an alliance because I'm the kind of guy she's attracted to.
Well, I'm surprised she wasn't attracted to Joseph. I mean, to me, Joseph sounds like exactly what she would be attracted to.
He's too skinny.
No, he's not. He has like the pot belly dad bod.
Ugh, yeah. Oh,
Um,
Joseph. He's another one.
you're not a Joseph fan?
I'm a Joseph fan because I think the things he says is funny, and because I think he's being sarcastic.
He
Like
is.
when he's like, I was only gone for 24 hours and all of this happened without me. Like, you know what I mean? Like just little comments like that are just so funny. But then you see how sensitive he is too. Like he was really hurt by Tucker leaving. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was the person who was gonna basically carry and drag him to the end.
Yeah,
So
I'd be crying too. I want to be dragged to the end as well.
I want to be dragged to $750,000. All right, let's jump more to the beginning of this week for a little bit.
So my whole thing on episode 19 was the sound bites, and the only thing I could do is think of you with all of the chewing. No, no, no.
Yeah, I was literally
I
like, no.
was dying. I was dying, going, oh my gosh, how is Eric even watching this?
Well, here is my whole thing again. I mean, you kind of saw a little bit of it on the show. Now, you have to remember, we saw this in real time before we got to see the episode. I was literally watching these people cry over T-Core's win as if she literally saved puppies from a burning building. I literally thought that this competition was going to be T-Core, like, no, the set's on fire. I have to save the whole crew while doing the HOH and saving this puppy and kitten that I put up for adoption in the like, they were so, I have never seen a better fate in my life. Oh God, the inspiration people will talk about this for years. Like, these people lost their ever-loving minds over T-Core winning, acting like it was the best thing they ever seen. She won on accident.
I don't know if she won on accident. Listen, I am liking getting to know T-Core. Like, I think she's super smart. I think one thing that she does that a lot of people aren't doing is she actually listens, right? Like doesn't have a narrative in her head wanting to speak. She actually listens. She listened to that last question. Her explanation in her DR was like, it was pretty specific, so I think it's going to be true. And it was. Like, she's listening. Do you know what I mean? And so I thought that was really clever. But her winning, and I can, the sense I get is she's super nice, super sweet, super genuine. But everyone losing their mind was insane. Like, it was Rubina, just like, oh, just can't believe that. Oh my God. It was like she saved puppies from a burning building. It was so weird and crazy and fun to see. Like,
It made no sense to me. I get being proud of your friend, but they were proud of her to a level that made no sense based on what that comp was.
Yeah.
And do I think T-Core is smart? The person who put her allies on the block and then continued to put more of her allies on the block when she had a chance to put her non-allies on the block and then ends up in a horrible position because of it. No, I think she had the worst HOH in the entire season. But what do I know?
Well,
But you're
Yeah,
100% right. As a person, I love her. I think
right.
she is the most caring, compassionate,
Yeah.
kind person in that house, is hands down
No,
Decor.
and I agree. I think she should have put Leah up, and the
Obviously.
fact that she put on, some of the Sixth
Sixth
Avenue,
Avenue.
who could have possibly voted for Tucker, at least pretend. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would have been nice. But yes, I think that was the only decision I didn't agree with. But I felt bad for Tucker. So
Speaking of Tucker, were you floored to find out that he was the AI instigator?
I was so happy that he was.
Why?
Because I was hoping he would really start some good shit, but I just wasn't that impressed.
Yeah, I wasn't either, but I was happy to give him $20K because let's just take the money away from CBS. What do they need it for?
They don't need it for props.
Or sets. All I thought was, you have an extra $20,000 lying around and these are the fucking sets we're getting? I mean, maybe you could have given him $10,000 and I don't know, invested some more in anything.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I got a good idea for the POV this week. Stay with me now. Are you ready? Stay with me. For the POV this week, it's going to be apocalypse themed. So you ready? I think we have 2 barrels we can put in the backyard, and they're brown. Okay, that gives apocalypse, right? We'll just put 2 brown barrels in the background.
That's scary. They're dirty, too. They're dirty.
They're dirty, dirty barrels. I'm just like, what? What are you talking about? It's ridiculous. I really thought that it was Joseph. I really thought Joseph was the AI instigator. He all but said it to Quinn, so it was very confusing that it wasn't Quinn.
Yeah.
But yet, made sense to me that it was Tucker nominated for it because obviously America loves Tucker.
We do, and you know what? He's been causing chaos so far. He's playing the game almost a little too hard, but you know what? I didn't mind him playing too hard because he was winning stuff, right? Like we've seen other players in the past play too hard and they're not good or they get too paranoid and all of that stuff. Where Tucker wasn't. Like he was being super strategic and he was getting out the people that he was targeting. Like it was great game. However, the only thing bad about his game is that he had a gigantic target on himself, and anytime he was going to be on the block and they could get him out, they're going to. And that's what happened this week. So,
Yeah, no.
it sucked.
I
But
mean,
but I expected more with the instigator. Like, I couldn't believe.
like what?
Well, when he was talking about, him and Rabina's showmance, when it was, who was it? Was it, I forgot which avatar. Wait, I've got it right here in my notes. What am I talking about? When he said, "Oh, I've seen them holding hands." Oh, it was Quinn. Says that Tucker and Robina are holding hands and that they're in a showmance, and we should have gotten rid of Robina when we had the
Now,
chance.
you didn't think that was
Paragon's
good?
live.
He blew up his own showmans to the house.
Just so he could hold hands with her in public.
Now, just so you know, I totally said that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I, at first, thought that it was Tucker because of that. And exactly for that reason. I thought he was trying to take the heat off of himself. I also thought he wants to be more affectionate with Rubina, who wants to hide it. So this is his way to put it out so that he can be with her more now. But then, like I said, a day or two later, Quinn, I swear the conversation, but I guess I misunderstood it, was that Joseph told Quinn it was him. So then I was like, oh, I guess I'm wrong. So then the whole time I was just thinking it was Joseph, and then we found out it was him. But a lot of people feel that it wasn't fair. I feel 50-50 on it. On one hand, they all know that they didn't say these things, so they know it's not true. So I guess it is fair. It's just, in other words, They tell us all the time, you're not allowed to use production for strategy. This was literally using production for
Right.
strategy. Like the way that he made them come out and say, like I don't think we saw this on the episode, but he had like Leah give a shopping list. He had Mackenzie like say stuff like, I ride my horse in the desert at night. I ride past 3 cactuses. Well, in other words, he had them at the end doing all this stuff to try and make people think that the HOH was going to be a memory comp and that they all had to memorize everything.
Oh, see, I don't know any of that as a casual viewer.
Yeah, so he was trying, so he was causing chaos. Like they didn't show any of that stuff in the house.
No,
I mean, on
but
the show.
the thing that I mean by Robina saying that about her is I understand his perspective of wanting to have it be more out in the open, but how does he know that's good for her game? And
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Yeah, and that's why I think she was upset. It's just like, I'm completely exposed, and that's not what I wanted for my game. So I understand. Like, he was thinking with his head and not his head. You know what I mean?
Well, he was upset. I mean, he was crying in the DR because he heard her. I mean, we saw she was very upset. Like, she ran away like, oh, God, people know we held hands.
Oh, my God.
They know we held hands, and I don't like that. But in like 3 days from now, I'm going to jump in your arms and make out with you in front of everyone.
Because we can now. Thanks.
Because now we can.
Thanks, Instigator.
Thanks, Instigator.
What about Chemo singing?
I mean, I don't have a good voice, but anybody that watches me live every day on You Now knows I sing everything I do. So I would totally be Chemo in that house. But I can't stand Chemo, and I hate him with a passion that burns 1,000 moons. So literally, Chemo could save puppies from a burning building and give me free porn for life, and I would still hate him.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
That's a lot.
He wins the award. Now brace yourself for this. The most loud, disgusting eater in all of Big Brother history, and he only wants to eat. And he only wants to eat ramen, and he only wants to eat the ramen during game conversations. So imagine all the joy of the mouth noises I already hate, a wet, mushy, sloppy, all of that, with all the fun of slurping, sucking noises of soup. Oh my God. And then he burps 90 times in a row because he has IBS. So as if all of that isn't enough, then it's like, fart. And then he'll, honest to God, look in the camera and go, I don't know why I can't get a boyfriend. I know the reason.
What's IBS?
Irritable bowel syndrome.
Oh, my Lanta.
He needs some Mylanta.
It's a Veto. I think some, like, probiotics or something.
He needs everything.
So that's why you hate him.
Oh, I just hate his eating. He drives me up a wall when he eats, and he insists on like, I live for Friday nights when, like, we get to, because the most game talk and strategy happens on a Friday night. So T-Core wins this HOH. We're all excited. T-Core's like, okay, I need to have a meeting with my bestie in the house, and we're going to come up with the plan this week. And Chemo literally says, let me go get a bowl of ramen.
I can't think without my ramen.
And then they are alone in a room, and they have to whisper for some reason. So then they turn their mic volume up to 20. So now it's like, it's so annoying.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I want to bash my face in a wall. Like, get him out of this house.
Well, I thought he had a great voice. I thought he did really good. So what did you think of Angela and her BLTA? Like, when she finally got off slop, she crisped the bacon just right. How's her eating habits versus Chemo's?
I'm fine with her eating. Her eating does not No, look, I don't hate eating. I only hate the eating when I have to listen to you digest your food. She can chew in a way that I don't have to hear it. I'm fine.
Yeah.
And how I feel about a BLTA, again, people know that, every single night I cook dinner alive on You Now. I recently, last summer, discovered BLTAs in my 40s is when it took me to discover them. And I love them. I think they're delicious and I approve of them. And to go one step further, I don't understand why anybody doesn't like crispy bacon. Bacon should only be crispy. And the only real way to have any sandwich you ever make is to butter and toast the bread first. Make it like you're making a grilled cheese. That is what I have learned. Any sandwich you make, any sandwich, turkey, Swiss, ham and cheese, anything. You take that bread, you butter it, and you grill it in a pan first. It adds a whole nother layer to the sandwich.
Making me hungry. No,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I love a BLTA. Like if I go to like a diner and I've never eaten there before and I'm just not sure how things are going to be, it's really hard to mess up too, right?
Yes.
Like a Caesar salad's hard to mess up.
Right.
BLTA is hard to mess up.
Yeah.
Like, I know, especially if I'm hungry, I know it's so hard to mess up. The odds are it's going to be good. And sometimes it's not. Sometimes I'm like, wow, they messed that up.
Yeah, no. So I love a BLTA
Okay,
is
good.
now
Me
my
too.
problem.
Me
Although
too.
I don't like the T in the TA, but yeah. Don't put the T in the TA. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So we get to the point where we're going into the POV now for the week. Or I should say the noms.
We're going into the noms, but just before we do, Angela knows what she's doing, and everybody knows that, right? Like when she races into the HOA room, oh my God, I just have this horrible feeling that I'm going to go on the block, and I don't know why I'm feeling this way. She's being manipulative, right? Everybody knows that.
I think that she needs medication.
Well, I think she does. But I also think she knows what she's doing.
So you think the crying
she got into the 6th Avenue. I'll be on the bottom, please. Just let me be in it, please. Just let me be in something, please. And then she's in it, and then she's on the bottom. And now, noms, it's getting really close. I don't know who to put up. I don't know what to do. Oh, God, I just can't be me. I just have this horrible. She just has these huge outbursts to try to maneuver people's thoughts and votes. And, yeah.
All right, well, Chad agrees with you. So to be clear, you don't believe, you think the crying is strategic and manipulative.
Oh, my God, yeah. I can't imagine how she tries to close a real estate deal. And she's
so just to be clear, for those that don't understand, you mean you think she could go into that room and have a rational conversation like we're having, but she says to herself, it would be much better if I just start crying. Let me cry through this.
I think she doesn't really understand how to do a rational conversation. Yeah. I saw the episode on Dr. Phil. Which confirmed it. If you've got your daughter that hasn't spoken to your husband in 5 years and you're all living in the same house and you cannot bring those two together, you can't have a rational conversation, okay? So I think her brain, as dysfunctional as it is, goes to that, like, immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it is manipulation mixed with a mental health issue for her.
It's a swirl. It's a swirl.
I always get, going to give people a chance in the real world. I think watching yourself on television makes you come out and realize things about yourself. I hope she comes out. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a therapist. I've just been in therapy a really long time, and I recognize that people that might need therapy. And that's just my opinion. Okay, and
mark the day and time right now. When Angela gets out of the house, she's going to watch all the episodes. She's going to catch up on everything. And I think us as viewers are going to be like, wow, Angela, do you see how you blew up the alliances from early on with Quinn and Joseph and then with Tucker? And did you see how Tucker really had your back when he was trying to say that everybody thought you were the instigator? And I mark my words, she's going to be like, you don't understand. There was more that happened that you didn't see. He really filled my head with stuff, and I don't regret anything I did. You weren't there. That's exactly what she's going to do.
Obviously, that's what she's going to do.
Absolutely. She won't own anything.
No, I don't think she will.
She's not an owner.
She's not an owner.
She's a renter. She's a renter here. So she owns her home.
And now she's alone, so I hope you're happy. Because now
you really should be crying.
Yeah, because now nobody wants to work with you, so have fun.
Aren't you glad you begged to stay?
Aren't you glad that you begged to be in the bottom and then a week later complained to everyone that you were in the bottom? Like, did they show that on the episode when she was like, there it is! She just said I was on the bottom!
No,
yeah.
They didn't hear it.
Oh my God, that's what on the live feed. On the live feed,
yep.
She had a meltdown before the renom ceremony. Because, she was like, Rabina was trying to comfort her and be like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. She's like, I just wanted to be a part of something, even if I was on the bottom. And Rabina's like, but you're part of us, and if you're there, you are part of us. And she like walks out, and Angela, just in her crazy mind, the way she twists everything, she looks at the mirror and she's like, see, I'm on the bottom. We're like, yeah, where you said you wanted to be. Psycho.
And you were fine with it.
You're fine with it. So T-Core puts up Mackenzie, Cam, and we know Tucker volunteers to go on the block.
Yeah.
She won't touch Chelsea because she has the, deal with her that they don't put each other up.
Which I think is smart.
Yeah, so I mean, that's it. That's where the noms end. That's where the episode ends.
What did you think of the classic Veto comp? Classic.
I just told you that it was absolutely stupid.
But it's retro.
I don't know. First of all, get a new fucking set designer, because I'm sick of this stupid shit. That was not themed like the apocalypse, I don't believe. I just want people to go back and watch previous seasons of Big Brother and look at what comp sets used to look like, and then understand that these sets are nothing. That's all I'm saying. I don't mean the comp itself. I love the comps. I'm just saying I really feel like they're like, we don't need to do set design. It just seems like they're just phoning it in. But, yeah, I mean, I always like this comp. I always like a prize punishment. I wish they did it the other way. I like it better when they do it where you have to bid for your punishment. Like, how bad do you want it? I'm willing, like Quinn, I'm willing to cut my hair off. I'm willing to be spray tanned every hour for 2 days. I like that version of it better.
Well, I thought Angela's punishment was pretty brutal.
It's walk 8 miles.
Throughout the night, within 12 hours.
Oh, I know, because her life is so hard right now running marathons.
She runs marathons?
No, my point is they do nothing all day. She's in a lap of luxury with everything catered, and somebody went, here's your challenge, walk 8 miles, and she acted like she was dying.
It was pretty gruesome. And then having to get like, sprayed with all of that stuff.
Oh, yeah. That's the only...
thought, oh, my God, that was so brutal. To be there at like 6 o'clock in the morning, all night, having to walk back and forth with a ball. You couldn't have done it. There's less things you wouldn't do on Amazing Race.
I could have done it in my sleep.
There's less things you would have done on Amazing Race that were easier.
I could have done that in my sleep. Here's the only thing that I will say. I think the being freezing cold for that long, that is the part that bothered me. The walking part, not hard at all.
They combined. It's grueling. Getting sprayed constantly, 4 o'clock in the morning, and you could tell they just were doing it a little extra that one time. You know what I mean?
Well, they always do. Like, basically, I went to Google Maps. I looked where 4 miles from my house was, And I was like, so essentially I just have to walk to there and back home? That's not hard. Now I just think, okay, if I had to walk there back home soaking wet and freezing, okay.
Covered in paint.
Then I went, it's not paint because you get it in your mouth, it's like pudding. But then I went and looked at what the temperature was. Let me tell you about you West Coast people, because I got a little news for you. Got a little news flash. 78 degrees is not cold.
It's freezing.
No, it's not. So I
heater
don't
on
know
right
what's
now.
wrong with the West Coast that they don't understand temperature.
I have my heater on right now. I'm so cold.
I got news for you. 60s is warm. I live in New York. 60s is short weather.
Oh, God.
So very, very nice. Very, very nice to give me a break. So
Okay, you're looking at the weather during the day. You also have to understand that we have desert cold and heat.
Oh,
so at
yeah.
night, it gets cold.
no, I looked at it at night when she was saying she was freezing. It was 78 degrees.
Oh, at night?
Yes, when she was doing it, it was 78 degrees.
The water was cold when it hit her body.
Great! And then it warmed in the air up to 78 degrees.
It takes a while.
Give me a break. And by the way, nobody said she couldn't dry off. She chose not to dry off. Here's my point. You think that she's manipulative when she goes to have a conversation, but you don't think that whole crying, walking show was it? I thought that whole thing was so annoyingly manipulative.
Oh, it was definitely, and I saw what she was doing. But what I wanted her to do was use that and manipulate it to reset yourself, right?
Yes,
with
she should have.
everyone. She should have, because she had Mackenzie walking with her those last couple legs. You could have really reset your game, got into an actual alliance where people wanted you. You know, by now it's over 40 days. You should have learned to shut the hell up. You know what I mean? And not say everything that pops into your crazy brain. But you really could have reset yourself, and you didn't. Like that to me was disappointing with Angela.
And you know what else was disappointing to me? You know, they made it look like the whole house was out there the whole time for her. Not the case at all.
No.
So many of them, like Chemo, T-Core, Quinn, they were not out there for, I'd say, the first hour. Or people rotated in and out for the first hour or two.
I would have been in bed. I would have been Joseph.
Well, not Joseph. Joseph was there. Tucker was the one who was not there for any of it. Not even the end. And I'm telling you, I think that, more than anything else, is what played into Angela spiraling against Tucker.
Oh.
The fact that
I
Tucker
could
was
see
at
that.
no
That makes
part
sense.
of that comp for her,
Of her
I think,
accomplishment.
yeah. You're supposed to be my number two. You say you care about me so much. You were
You'll
literally
take me over
the,
Rabina, but you're not even there to
Yeah.
help me get through
And
my
not-
punishment.
and the only one not there.
Oh,
Not even
that's
just you
good.
weren't there, you were the only one not there. I think that is what sealed his fate. That
do
is
too.
another question I'm going to ask him.
That's a great question. Oh my God.
Why did you not go out
Yeah.
at all for her, thing? It doesn't, I don't understand. But yeah. Her punishment I thought was ridiculous. I thought the stupid AI assist was stupid too. I get Tucker was, I don't know, I just hated the voice. I hated the whole way he did it.
What about trapped? What about trapped in the Matrix?
Okay, now that was the funniest shit I've ever seen. That was the funniest shit I've ever seen. And by the way, if you want to know where the whole budget went, it's there. You know how they had 3 of the little machines?
Yeah.
Those are $15,000 each. $15,000 dollars. That was 45,000 in. I mean, unless they gave it to him for free, but if they had to
Right.
pay for it, those three little things that Matt was on. And here was me when she was like, "I won the Matrix." I'm literally like this at the house. I'm like, "It's Matrix, you moron!" Like I didn't even get what was happening, and everyone kept saying it, and I was just like, "These people are so stupid. They don't know it's the Matrix." Oh no, okay, they're theming it towards Matt. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. We're theming it towards Matt. You know what didn't make the show?
What?
How excited Joseph was to have a tent to masturbate in.
Are you kidding me?
He couldn't wait to get out and tell everyone how he finally was able to masturbate. Like, by the way, you have a blanket, so it's kind of like your own tent.
But really, you can't. Are you getting backed up that much?
Well, and here's the thing, and I mean, again, we're two gays. It is not our job to out anyone, and these are comedic recaps. I feel Joseph is gay. I don't have gaydar. I have rules. He meets my rules. He runs like this.
I have rules, and he meets my rules.
He meets my. I don't have gaydar, so I have rules. And anyone that runs like this,
That's kind of gaydarish.
he has birthing. He has girl hips, and he walks with a. When he walks. And to me, that's gay, gay, gay. And then you told me that you masturbated 4 times in a tent listening to Matt talk to you. Gay, gay, gay. Then you ate fucking Chemo's pickle. I'm sure it's not the first pickle you've eaten. I'm sorry, I'm not here to out him. I'm just saying gay, gay, gay.
You know, maybe fluid.
Sure, fluid. He did say it. He did say people often think that he's bi. Which I'm sorry, I'm from the 80s, and bi means you're gay.
Well, we're woke now, so.
So you're gay, and you've come up with
it. We gotta roll along with it.
Right. You're gay, and you want people to think you might not be. Got it.
Fluid. Hashtag fluid.
Hashtag fluid. Got it. Yeah. So I thought I didn't like Tucker's whole punishment. And here's what annoyed me. When Tucker was doing his crying woe is me pity party because Angela got put up and not Leah, he even said it on the episode. He's like, I took this punishment for T-Core. I took it so she could have a nice week. No, you didn't. Because all you did was tell everybody how much you wanted to have a punishment because you thought it would be fun and get you a lot of airtime. So I'm Team Tucker on a lot of things, but I'm also very I can be fair and call people out too. And Tucker's full of shit. He just wants to act like he did her a favor. You gonna spit all over?
I did. Did you see it? I think it can be both. I think he could get more airtime, and I think it could be leverage. I gave you this. You had an easy HOA. I'm doing this because, he's from what? He's from New York, right? He's Italian, trading favors, right? You know what I mean?
What? We don't do that.
Oh, God, you do, Bambino. You know what I mean? So I think it's both. I think it was both, and then when it wasn't reciprocated, yeah.
I think it can be both, but the fact that he solely tried to use it with people as if this is the only reason I took this, I'm like, Tucker, no, you didn't. You told everyone how much you wanted a punishment. And I hated his stupid robot voice. I want to do that. I'm like, okay, the voice is so annoying.
No, and I thought he was going to do it just once or twice, but the whole time, was that what he was supposed to do? He had to do it. I
guess. No, we didn't. I remember asking that. I kept saying, do we, in our Discord chat, I was like, do you know if he has to do the voice?
Right.
They're like, no, we don't know if he has to do the voice. That's another question I'll probably ask him, is if he had to do the voice. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, what was there? Was there any? Oh, and the Matrix. Yeah, I thought the Matrix was funny. Yeah.
Joseph was like, "Oh, I'm going to get 24 hours away from all these idiots." That it was just like,
Yeah.
How many words rhyme with Matt, chat, that? I was just like, oh my gosh, that is so funny. It was so funny.
No, I thought it was funny. I absolutely love that segment. And just so you know, like when they have done this in other seasons and they have them in the room with like the music playing over and over and the thing, I'm always like, that's not annoying. Da da da. I honestly think I would go crazy if you made me just listen to one person talking like
What
that
if it was
nonstop.
me? What if it was me?
Anyone. I don't care if it was Jesus. If I just heard nonstop, no break, what rhymes with Matt, Pat, Sat, Lat, Bat? How much do you think I can bench? Do you think my chest looks beautiful? I have a 6-pack. It's gonna be an 8-pack. How big do you think I am? Am I tall? Am I smart? Am I big? I would just be like, I would lose it. There's no way. There is no way I would be able to handle that at all.
I could tune that out.
I don't know that I could. I would hope I would eventually be able to tune it out, but who knows?
Sometimes during this show, I have to remind myself I'm on air.
Whoa. Angela, what did you think of Angela cheering Brooklyn's black and white photo?
Oh, with the charcuterie?
Yeah.
Cheers, Brooklyn.
By the way,
I was eating charcuterie when I watched it. I went, cheers, Angela.
yeah, speaking of Angela and our YouTube channel, yourrealityrecaps.com/YouTube, you should go watch the YouTube thing. Apparently, I was the only person who asked her what she thought about looking like Michael Jackson, and it all went downhill from there.
I think that's the only one I haven't watched is the Brooklyn one. I think I'm up to Cedric.
Yeah, I don't think Brooklyn's a fan.
Oh, no.
So yeah, I mean, check that out. It's, fun. I really don't care, but it's fun.
Right. Comedic Brooklyn, comedic recaps.
Comedic Brooklyn, deal with it. Okay, so who else won things? Mackenzie won the Last Chance Luau. She's going to Hawaii.
Oh yeah.
And then T-Core got the $5,000, and of course Cam won the POV.
Yep. Were you happy Cam won?
No. No, I knew that meant Tucker had a chance to go home.
Yeah.
And then we were going to lose fun feeds.
And did we?
Yes! I mean, no, but there are a lot. Like, I am not one who is like, the show is over, everything's doomed now, blah, blah, blah. But
I'm not watching, the feeds suck. Come on,
yeah,
revolt,
no,
revolt.
There's definitely gaming and strategy and all that stuff happening now.
Yeah.
It's just, you can definitely tell, like, the energy level was at, like, a 9, and now it's dropped to, like, a 6, 7.
Well, I would think it would be more strategy now, because now people feel that they actually have a chance to win, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, then they do.
And they do.
So great for them. It's a little less exciting now. I did not understand at all. What did I say? What did I say?
Just something you said earlier. Just that Leah's probably going to make jury and decide who the winner is. Like, it's just awful. Yeah,
it's fucking
awful.
awful.
I'm still in my
It's fucking awful. And that's what I'm saying. The fact that T-Core sat there and waffled back and forth. Do I go Leah? Do I go Angela? And it didn't help that Angela went in there crying her eyes out. And they really didn't show Leah's pitch to T-Core. But Leah was very, like, collected and calm and very much like she knew exactly what to say to...
Leah?
Leah did. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand that I respect all games, so I'm not complaining about Leah's game. She is playing a floater social game.
Mm-hmm.
She's playing it brilliantly. The thing that I don't like about the people that go crazy hard for Leah is they act like Leah's doing it strategically on purpose.
Right.
And I don't think Leah has made really any strategic moves. I think
No.
the moves and things are brought to her and she goes along with them, which
Yep.
is the definition of a floater game. So
Right.
good for her. It's keeping her in longer and she's collecting checks. Good for her.
Exactly. You know, like even Tucker trying to call her out when he was the AI instigator, saying that Leah, her words are in all the boys' ears. Do you know what I mean? And it was just like, you know, but when she first had that conversation, what was it with? Was it with who was it? Oh, it was with T-Core. And it's like, who do you think is the biggest threat to your game, Leah?
I'm not going to answer. I was reading preseason that you should never answer these questions, so I'm
I
not
think
going
it's
to answer.
Production doesn't like me. I can't win anything.
Production is the one. It's like, Leah, you have to play the game. Like, Leah.
Stop manicuring your eyebrows.
Like, Leah, play the game.
Yeah.
Play. That's why I don't like
Yeah.
when people are like, Leah is a legend. She's really good at floating. I agree with you. But like, if you're gonna talk
Without a raft.
Yeah, she's amazing at floating. And like, if you want to say who has an amazing social game, I think that Chelsea has the best social game of that whole house.
Well, that's who I want to win HOH. Like, I want Chelsea back in power.
Well, you got it at the end of this episode. No, I'm saying at the end of this episode, I mean, Chelsea gets all of the credit for flipping this house on Tucker. She made it happen. Angela can stand there and cry in her speech and act like she did it.
Everyone loves me. I'm the one. Oh, yeah. And T-Core can try to claim it, that it was her HOH had happened and she's the one that put him on the block.
It was all Chelsea. It was all Chelsea. She convinced Quinn. The second she convinced Quinn, which they really did show a ton of that on the show, but the second she won over Quinn, she had it.
Yeah.
She did so much work to make sure that they were voting out, you know, Tucker, and did it in a way that didn't get back to Tucker, which was pretty brilliant of her social game.
Yep.
Pretty brilliant of her social game.
Absolutely agree with that.
So they have the veto meeting. Obviously, Cam uses it on herself, and then T-Core, like we said, nominates Angela. Tucker has his meltdown over it. He couldn't handle it. We already discussed all of it. And then we go to that fucking AI arena. And I gotta say, I know a lot of people don't really like Mackenzie, but she's pulling it out.
Yeah, she's playing an interesting game because she's kind of in the middle of the house, not really in hardly any alliances. But you find these two, big groups kind of fighting in the house, and then they need Leah and Mackenzie's votes. Like, it's an interesting position to be in, and you're still there, and you're winning stuff, right, when you have to. Yeah.
I mean, she is. I mean, she won that, and it wasn't even close. So, like, I give her. She's not great at a social game because she can't get into alliance to save her life. No. But I just feel like every episode, Mackenzie's DRs are her just going, well, I learned of a new alliance. Every episode is just her going, well, so what I've picked up is that there's another alliance I'm not in. That's just every one of Mackenzie's DRs.
That's so funny. But that's what I mean by interesting. But she's still there. And she's really, not anyone's real target. Like, I think she was kind of T-Core's just because you're starting to run out of people and she can win stuff. But are people, like, going, okay, like how Tucker was a threat, we've got to get him out as soon as we get a chance. I don't think Mackenzie has all that on her. Maybe now she might, because now Tucker's out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then, Cam. Tucker was a shield. Cam's exposed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he is going to go next, and I think Chelsea and Tigor are just united, and
Well,
yeah.
Well, we'll do spoilers in a second. What did you think of the whole entire house being like, we would like to go into this room to discuss, you guys wait out here?
That was magic.
We better get a flashback of that conversation.
That was magic. I loved it. I think I even wrote it in my notes too. I was just like, I've never seen that. That's crazy. You two stay out there. We're going to discuss it all together.
Yeah, and I'm just like...
And do you think production was just like, because production's wanting to keep people off their toes, right? This is why I think we're doing the AI arena.
Yeah.
And then Julie's just like, why isn't anybody having these conversations? You should be taking people away. For the whole house to go, we're all just going to discuss it together real quick. It kind of defeats the purpose, right?
Well, that's why I want to know I want to know what happened in that room, because I find it hard to believe that people that don't ever want to say where they actually stand are now going to go in that room and reveal their whole game in front of everyone. It's kind of like they had a 5-minute or a 4-minute house meeting. I'm just very interested to know what happened in that room. Obviously, it was made clear in that room that Tucker was going, because Joseph came out crying.
Yes.
So it was very obvious that it was made clear. But I also
think, too, like, the biggest thing that, you don't want to do is be on the wrong side of the vote, right? And I think it was an opportunity to be like, Robina, like, I cannot vote Tucker out. Like, I can't. And I hope you guys understand that. I love him. I care for him, whatever. Chemo, too. Like, I can't do it. And I think they all agreed who those 5 votes would be. I think that's why it was just the perfect amount of votes to get him out. I think they all decided on it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he was evicted, and he handled it really well. I was impressed that he said to Julie he doesn't feel betrayed by anyone. He understands it's a game. Like, I loved all of that.
Oh, I loved I haven't seen the whole exit interview, but what I saw on the episode as a casual viewer, I just thought, what a great guy. Great sportsmanship, like, doesn't hold any grudges, like, awesome. And to hear him tear up about, being away from Robina for a little bit was super sweet. Like, I'm like, what a nice guy.
No, he's just not, I mean, it's funny that he said he went in there to break a curse, and he went out on 4 of them.
Right.
He went out on the you walked in first curse. He went out on the if you wear a costume, you get evicted curse.
Uh-huh.
I forget what the 3rd curse was, but the final one, which I don't know if
Showmance?
No. I forget what the 3rd one. Maybe it was only 3. And I don't think that you and I have talked about this on the show, but are you aware, this is the curse, that every single person who said they did not want Ainsley to come in the house has been evicted? Meaning no one that said, yes, she should come in has been evicted. Only people who have said no have been evicted so far. Isn't that crazy?
Are you serious?
I'm serious. But then, I thought about it on a psychological level. It makes sense. The people that said no are obviously playing a harder game. They're playing I want to make decisions. I want to control. It's a game that is clearly going to make you more of a target.
But I think it's interesting that it was kind of like exposed in the beginning, given to us in a nice bow of basically an insight of how these people are going to play their game.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing it. Wow. Okay, I've had 2 aha moments with you on this show.
Yeah, imagine that's what happens when you are, what they say. A casual viewer. That is what happened.
Wow.
So,
start watching the feeds. Wow.
You should start watching the feeds.
And the Tucker not cheering Angela on during her punishment. Those are my 2 aha moments I've taken away from the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if well, maybe Jackie, somebody, make sure you remind me that that's one of the questions I have to ask Tucker is
Yes.
why, DM me that. Why did he not cheer for
Not.
her? So I don't
Yeah.
forget that.
Yeah.
So now moving over to spoilers, what is the absolute worst case scenario you could imagine for HOH?
Angela.
You think Angela is your worst case HOH?
Yes.
No. Angela would have been a
Chemo.
great HOH.
Chemo.
No.
Leah.
No.
Mackenzie.
Nope.
Cam.
Nope.
Chelsea.
Well, it's going to be the last one, obviously. Nope.
Quinn.
Yes. We have to listen to this insufferable little wretch now for an entire week. The second he hasn't taken the fucking HOH robe off. He prances around his HOH robe. He's acting like he's the mastermind in getting freaking Tucker out. Oh my God, he's insufferable. You also have to remember, like, T-Core, Chemo, and Rabina were blindsided with that vote. They thought that Quinn was on their side. He was in the Visionaries with them. Quinn very much flipped on them to do the vote that got Tucker out. So
Right.
T-Core is pissed at Quinn right now. Pissed at him. She wants nothing to do with him ever again. She wants to taint the jury against him. She's like, this is perfect that me, Chemo, and Rabina are in the jury because we're going to make sure he doesn't win. Like, they hate him, which I kind of love.
Yeah.
Thank you, Melissa. Melissa sent me the message. Make sure, that he does not win. It's just, oh my God. They're very bitter. So anyway, Quinn is now the HOH. It's insufferable. Who do you think his noms are?
Cam.
No, he just worked with Cam and Chelsea to get Tucker out.
It cannot be Chemo and T-Core and Rabina.
Well, it is Rabina, Chemo, and Angela.
Well, yeah, Angela. That makes sense.
Now, originally, Rabina was the target. Oh, another little aha moment for you if you want to know what a little douchebag Quinn is. He wore Rabina's outfit to vote out Tucker. Like, he knew Tucker was getting voted out, and he wore her outfit. Like, you really couldn't tell in the show, but it was a skirt and a crop top because, he wants to be Corey so fucking bad. So he wore Rabina's outfit to vote out Tucker.
That's insane.
Yeah.
But isn't that what we like? Isn't that what we like, the crazy, outrageous?
No, here's the thing. We like people like Tucker who are doing it authentically. It is annoying when Quinn does it because all he's doing is copying things he's seen other people do. There's nothing authentic about Quinn.
Or original.
I wouldn't even care if he did it and was like, I'm doing this because, oh my God, did you guys see when, Corey did this?
Yeah.
This is like, okay, so I'm doing this for you. Shout out Corey. That would at least make sense to me. He does it as if he is somebody who has come up with this. This is his thing. It's so original. And then he preaches to you about it and acts like it's the funny. Oh, he is just the worst.
Yeah.
The worst. Can't stand him, which terrifies me that he's going to win. Usually the people I can't stand win lately.
Would you prefer Angela win over him?
Okay, I love Angela. I don't know why you're thinking we don't like Angela. Angela makes fun feeds and she makes good TV. We love Angela.
Joseph?
I would like Joseph to win, sure.
Over Quinn?
100%.
Leah over Quinn?
Yes. Anyone over Quinn.
Me over Quinn?
Anyone.
Wow.
The used cup in the street. Anyone over Quinn.
Ramen eating chemo?
Chemo over Quinn.
Wow.
I would listen to chemo eating for 15 minutes if it guaranteed Quinn not winning.
What if you were in the mattress and it was just chemo eating ramen for 24 hours?
I would have probably self-evicted. I'm not even kidding. No, I'm not kidding. I would. First of all, that would be a level of torture that I think is torture and wouldn't be fair. I would threaten to sue them.
But you can't. You signed everything over.
Well, I would be like, you're literally torturing me, so you can let me go home now.
But you could do the ball thing that Angela did.
Yes.
Oh, no, that's worse to me than the mattress.
I can't help that chewing noises triggers a chemical in my brain. Would you make a handicapped person? Would you knock them out of their chair and be like, crawl up the stairs? No. You can't make a person with misophonia, which is what it's called, listen to people chewing when it triggers them on a level.
Get upstairs to your HOA room. HOH room. Yeah.
I love how you call it HOA.
I know.
No-legged Denise from our show, she told me how to move around without a wheelchair, so I could actually do it if I needed to.
That's what we haven't seen on the... No, we saw it with Christmas for a little bit with her broken leg, right?
Well, and the first person that ever won had no legs, was handicapped, didn't have one leg. Something about a leg. Okay, Miss, here's the thing. My hubs was friends with him. My hubs, and him went to college together, and they were in the classes together, and they were friends. That's what got me starting to watch Big Brother.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
So you think I'd remember, but we all know I have no memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he only had, Chad is confirming he had one leg. Denise in our shows has no legs, and she has taught me how to maneuver if ever something happens to my legs. Anyway, so those are the noms. Rabina was originally going to be the target. Now the target has switched over to Angela. So we'll see what happens. The feeds are down now for POV, and we'll see what happens.
All right.
Very excited.
Very exciting. Good season. I'm loving the season.
I am loving this season. I am loving you, Comedy Jonah.
I love you the most as a mwah.
I hope that you guys all follow on You Now. Of course, I am live every single day around between 4 and 5. I always say this on the weekend, and I forget on the weekend it's later. It's more like 5-ish. I'm always live every day on You Now is the point. We're always talking live feeds, cooking, watching shows, doing stuff. Check us out over there. All right, everybody. The feeds are down, so go watch some of our past shows. Go watch that Angela interview. Click around.
Watch Brooklyn. Let's see
Watch.
what
I mean,
Brooklyn.
watch Brooklyn, not Angela.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Yeah. I'll see you guys on the next show. I'll be live in a little while. Bye for now, everybody. Bye, friends.